Welcome off. You're just now getting on. Let us know where you're checking in from. Welcome to the call. What's going on, Yuma out of Nairobi, Kenya? Welcome to the call. All right, we are now live on YouTube as well too. All right, so let's go ahead and get this started. Welcome everybody to the call. Thank you for being on. I enjoy doing this weekly. So here's where we are. If you want to invite anybody to YouTube, you can definitely do that as well too. Okay, and I'll be answering any questions that you may have as we're going live here. Okay, so just put them in the chat box, and anything that you have a question on, I'll make sure I address it at the end of the call. Okay, so welcome. So if you're brand new, or you're probably not, even if you're not in IM yet, this is one of the tools that we use to trade with weekly. And for me, I've been involved in the company now a little bit over 2 years. It makes my trading so much more easier. I don't have to, I used to go every single Saturday, I would go into the market and I would have to chart out just about every trade that I was going to look for. I no longer have to do that because the Harmonic scanner finds the trades for me, and better yet, it finds the reversal in the market. That's the most powerful part, okay? And so, because when you find the reversal for my educated traders, you know that we get to start on the first wave of Elliott's wave, or the Dow theory. What that means is that reversal, we can ride it for 100, if not 200, 300 pips sometimes, because we caught it at the reversal point. And so this is why I love the scanner, okay? Now also note about the harmonics in the market. If you go do research on Forex and on harmonic patterns, it will tell you that harmonic patterns, when found properly, have a 90% success rate, okay? So we love what we do. We've been pretty successful the past couple of weeks. Last week, we had a lot of consolidation in the market. So the market a little bit weird. So we're expecting that we're going to get a lot of trading this week. A lot of great opportunities this week. So for those that don't know me, my name is Randy Webb. I've been involved with IM Mastery Academy now for about 2 years and 4 months. I'll be hitting the 2.5 years in the company. I've been absolutely blessed. Not only in the residual sector as being a chairman, but also being a successful Forex trader as well too. So I have a passion to train people on what I know and what we do and how I learned it. So everything that you are about to learn, I want to show you where I got it from first, okay? And so you have this product already, okay? First of all, this is our strategies, but also IM.center. I want you to go live to get more information after my training, okay? You can get a little bit more insight on how this works. You can go live, okay? This is my guy right here, Manny Quiones, okay? You see his views, 30,000 views. Now, Manny Quiones, okay? I learned a lot of stuff I'm going to teach you guys from him. So you can go here or just go directly down to harmonics, okay? So when you go down to strategy education, our strategy that we're using is harmonics. So you go to FRX harmonics here, and it gives you all the educators that you need. So, Sir Jean-Marc Leonce, trader educator in our company. He does a mega trade session on the Harmonic scanner at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, okay? Or you may have Vidish, also a chairman. He does a Wall Street session on Wednesday and Thursday. Ray Robinson actually teaches you how to draw the harmonics. He's a very good educator. I love to follow Manny Quiones. So from Tuesday through Thursday, he does 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will tell you, definitely plug in to that session there. Okay, so we're gonna, and then lastly, Chris Frederick, he does a London session in the harmonic scanner session. So you have so many opportunities to plug into, and I definitely suggest that you do that. And this is what I love about our company. So let's go ahead and jump into what we're gonna be looking for this week. Okay, so with the harmonic scanner, I love to apply 4 confirmations with it. Yep. Oh, he's now, so Arjun said he's now 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which will be 6 a.m. Central and Wednesday. So good. I'm gonna make sure, I'm gonna make a full schedule and put it out there for our team, because we do all do the harmonic scanner. It would be great for all of us to plug in together as well. Okay. All right. So here's how I start. You can go to write your notes down. We also have this confirmation in our trading group. Okay. The first thing that we're going to look at, we want to validate, make sure the pattern makes sense so that it matches. Okay. So we look, X is connected, A is connected, C is connected, D is connected, right? You see that they're all connected to Wix. All right. So we have a successful pattern here. This is what, and let me go to, actually, that's the wrong one. Let me go to GBP USD. So here's our first pattern. We're looking at a Gartley pattern. Okay. As you go through your academy, you're going to learn this part in your last series, your 400 series. You're going to learn about harmonics. And harmonics are powerful. Like I said before, they're 90% successful, and our software automatically picks them up. So this is what we call a Gartley pattern. Now we're just going to validate it. So the first thing, we make sure that we have a pattern that's connected. Okay. The second confirmation, we are going to look for what we call divergence. Now that is a trader's secret. It tells us when the market is going to reverse. All right. Now I like to look at the 4-hour charts. That's why we're here at H4. We use Trader's Way. You can use any broker that you want. It doesn't matter if you actually are trading with that broker. Okay. So here we are. GBP USD is the first trade opportunity that we looking at. Here's the potential for this trade. So once we do decide to go into this trade, the potential for this trade right now going to TP3 is 182 pips. Okay, that can be $18 if you have a $100 account using a 0.01 lot size. That can be $182 using a $1,000 account, which is a 0.10 lot size. Now, could you use a lot size like this with a smaller account? Yes, but you would be over leveraged. Here's our goal. We don't want to risk no more than 3% when we go in on this trade. That's our goal. Okay. So we like to try to set a 30 pip stop loss if possible. Now, with this scenario, possibly we may have to set a little bit more. I would say our stop loss would probably have to be along this area here, or we wait for this pullback to finish up here. So the goal is never to go more than 30 pips. We risk 3% to gain 15% minimum. All right. So here's an opportunity for us to gain 182 pips. Let's look at what we got. Now, here's the confirmations. Okay. Divergence. Here's how it works. Divergence occurs. Okay. Bearish there's two types. There's bearish and bullish divergence. Bearish divergence is when on our actual price, so we're looking at these candles. Candles represent price. If we look to the side here, this is our price. When it goes up, price goes up and increases. When it goes down, price decreases. Okay. So this blue candle is telling us that it's a bullish candle going up. So price is increasing. Red candles mean price is decreasing. All right. So what we see here is anytime that there is a higher trending price here, but price is trending down on our RSI, it's telling us that the market is going to reverse. That's one indication. But it's also telling us for a bearish divergence that buyers are leaving the bullish market. They're leaving the market. So therefore, we're going to shift into a selling market. Okay. So here's how we see that divergence. Here's what it is. So I want you to pay attention to what I'm doing more than what I'm saying. All right, I'm going to take this line here. Let me thicken it up so you can see it very, very clearly. So from this point, so it's showing from, let's say we can actually see from here. So from this point, actually, to this point, you can see price increase from here to here, right? So I'm at the top. And if I do it at the top, I got to do it at the top here as well. So boom, boom, price increase, correct? But when I go to that same point, so I go straight down. So from where I did here, I go straight down to this point, okay? And I'm going to do point to point. From here to here. Okay? Now we can see price didn't increase high like it did the first time, did it? So this is divergence. This is called bearish divergence in the market. It even happened here. You can see bearish divergence here as well too. But bearish divergence in the market. Now this trade may come up to here, and then we'll look for it to drop. So if I actually expand this, right, you may see that it's going to continue up, and we're not hopping this trade till we get full confirmation. All right, so we have our divergence in the market. The next thing we're going to look for is we look at the entry point. So obviously we know we were now in the market now because we see a bullish candle, but I'm going to go down to a lower time frame. Also, if we need to see divergence on a closer level, we could actually go to the 1 hour. So I like to typically, I see divergence automatically here, but if we go down to the 1 hour, you can see even much more clearly. Watch. Okay, so here we go on the 1 hour. You see divergence clearly. You see that? And then we bring our pattern up here from where we started at. Now you can see divergence is actually shifting down. Okay. So we're going to run that all the way down. Same thing applies. The price is pulling up to that point. And then from here, we're going to expect that drop down and we'll go in for the trade. But we're going to look for a candle entry now too. So when can we enter the market? Let's go to our 15. Okay, obviously we're on a pullback here, so we're not going to enter the market here. Okay, but we look for things like this. So say at this point where divergence initially happened at. This is what we call a doji candle, or you have that consistently push up, right? The bullish push up, and then you have an engulfing pattern, engulfing candle. So this is what we would be looking for. That right there. You see this? This is what we call an engulfing pattern. So you have a consistent move up or a trend up, small candle, engulfing candle. That's our entry point. We enter after something like that. Or you may get something that looks like, let's look for another entry, something that looks like this. This is what we call a spinning top or a doji candle. And yes, it's a head and shoulders forming as well too for my YouTube. Absolutely. So when it pushes up to around this point here, right, it creates the other shoulder if that's what you're seeing right there. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. DeMarcus Taylor, I got you. I see you. Okay. So we're going to be looking for the sell opportunity here. We're going to let this finish. Obviously, the market is not open right now. But when the market opens, we might even have a gap in the market. We got to see. Okay. But long story short, we're looking for either engulfing pattern or a spinning top doji candle. For those who are familiar with candle formations, go do a little bit of research. Go look for the different types. I typically show it on here. Spinning tops, doji candles, the three crows. You have all, graveyard, tombstone, all those things we have. It doesn't matter. I like to just train it simple. Simple is you see a small body, long wicks, and then you see the engulfing candle, and that is going to be your point to be able to enter the market. Okay. All right, so we're going to be waiting for this one. So we are looking for the sell opportunity for this one. All right, now we're not going to enter this market until we get full confirmation. So the last confirmation that we're going to need before we enter in, we use the currency strength meter, and we ensure that the currency strength meter changes in our favor. So for example, we are looking at GBP USD for a sell opportunity. Well, in order for us to sell GBP USD, we need the base currency, which is GBP, to be larger than the quote currency. Okay. Now let me just keep it simple. The front currency, okay, we need that one to be selling, and we need the USD, right, to be stronger than our GBP. So here's what I mean. When we look at our currency strength meter, see this is GBP. When these bars are high, that means it's strong. When these bars are low, that means it's weak. Okay. So we want to sell GBP USD. We need USD to be stronger. We need GBP USD to be weaker. Once that occurs, that is our last confirmation to go into the trade. Okay. Now, here's what I want to suggest to you all now. What I've realized is the majority of these trades sometimes will only go 40, 20 pips, and then they turn back around. So if you want to just scalp in the market, maybe get 40 pips knocked out really quick. Listen, if you'd have went in right here, for example, this very trade alone would have made you 70 pips. Okay. So you can choose to go in TP1 first and then let it pull back, and then we'll go in for the rest of the trade. So that's what this is doing right now. So we're going to determine whether this is going to be a consistent downtrend. So if it is a true head and shoulders, like I had someone point out, which is awesome. Okay, I like the way it looks. This is a head and shoulders, right? Left shoulder, head, and then we have a potential right shoulder forming, along with our confirmations as well. So if this is a true pullback, for those who are in our academy, you understand this is also called trading the triangle. Okay, we're going to wait for our retest in this market here. And like I said, we need to wait for the market to open up to make sure this is going to be. But we're going to look for, if price rejects off of this point here, off of our trend line and off of resistance area, right, we're going to look to enter the market to catch the rest of this down to TP2. And that is our head and shoulders right there as well too. Okay, so very powerful. So we can look at this whole area. It may pull up a little bit and then boom, back down our head and shoulders, and we take it down to TP2, which I can expect that's going to happen. Now remember, the market repeats itself. So it's already happened over here. So we can expect the market to actually repeat itself down here. So this first trade for GBP USD, potentially, if it does abide by what we're looking for, we look for it to do this. Now understand, the market's not open yet, so I may have to come back on and reassess the market after it opens up. But we have the potential right now to gain 97 pips. Okay, so let me go ahead and copy this. Now, stop loss wise, here's what we're looking at. When we do enter the market, I like to say we like to go at least 30 pips up. Okay. So once we do solidify our entry, and it may continue up, once we solidify our entry, stop loss looks like stop loss at entry point. Okay. But we don't enter the market until, because it may go up to this point. So wherever it ends at, and we finally get the retest, okay, and it starts making this move, when I call it, I'm going to set stop loss 30 pips. And you keep stop loss there because that's all we're going to risk is 33% of our account, period. All right. So potential stop loss area is going to be at our entry point right now. Okay. So let me go ahead and place a line there. I'll put it right above. Now, if you want to use the system stop loss, I would tell you use a very small lot size. Okay, use less the lot size than you normally use. All right, just drop the link in the chat. Keep it for your records. And then for my YouTubers. All right, so the next one. So we got that one out of the way. USD JPY. Man, this one set consolidated. We were waiting for this trade. Some folks caught it. Last week the market was very very felt like it was very calculated. Okay, so we had a lot of consolidation that happened. So this one just, as you can see, it did it on a Friday. Boom, all the way up. So a lot of people missed this move, but if you were able to catch this move, you would have caught from here 60, 70 pips. Okay. No, from my I'm not on Go Live. No, I'm not an official educator. I enjoy doing this. I'm not in a place where I want to educate. I do it for our organization and our team. I'm a chairman inside the company, but I just share what I know. So no, not in. I am an educator on the Web Analyzer as well too, but not on Go Live. All right, so let me just go over this one real quick. Even though we're not on trade this time, I just want to show you guys what we would have done. So here's the pattern, right? The second confirmation we're gonna look for, we're gonna go down to the 1 hour. Okay. Remember, we look for divergence. That's all that we're looking for. Simply, you already see it, right? Straight across. Boom. So we go from this point, you see this point right here, up that same point right here. It literally is going straight across, isn't it? Right? But you can clearly see that price wants to go up. So before this big push happened, we had this. Boom. Bullish divergence right here. And then what happened? Price shot up. Okay. So you learn how to see this, game changer. Okay. Awesome. Well, you'll get this all the time. Feel free to always reach out anytime. Reach out to me. Okay. I see your message there on YouTube. All right. So let's go to our next one. AUD, CAD. What do we have? All right. That one's already went in session. So we won't mess with that one. Let's go to UCAT. And some of this is going to yes, divergence. Now UCAT playing some games with us, but you can tell we're going to make a good move with UCAT. I'm excited about it, but we're not just going to hop in blindly, okay? But you can clearly see divergence. Once again, good pattern, got a butterfly pattern, okay? You can clearly see divergence that happened here, okay? And then now it's shift. So from here to here. okay? And then we go find from the same place. Oops. Clearly see price shifting up, don't you? So boom. So we're gonna let price do what it's gonna do. Once again, we're not just gonna enter, we're gonna wait for price to come down, tap some areas, and then we're gonna go in for our entry for UCAT, looking for potentially for the buy opportunity, okay? Me personally, we're gonna take it to TP2. All right, TP2 for this one. Same thing requires, right? We're gonna wait for entry. So let's look at what we have here. Let's go down to our 1 hour, see if there's gonna be a potential entry that we can make. All right, I like this. So here's what we're seeing. This is a potential for our first. Now, if it does respect this area like it is, and this is a flag, corrected flag, okay? So it may test off this area. This is a support and resistance area here. So support area. Trying to see if I can get this all in there. You can also wait for break and retest if you want, but no, you don't have to wait for the break and retest. I mean, you can, but we have divergence there. So divergence has been really the key in how we've been trading. Now, nothing wrong with break and retest at all. But we're actually catching wick entries of what we're doing. Okay, waiting for break and retest doesn't give you a wick entry. Okay, you're catching the move after the move, and that's fine, right? That's to really guarantee that you're really getting there, so you're catching a continuation of it. That's just remember, these are all just different strategies that we're doing. So you can apply that strategy, or you can apply the strategy that we're talking about right now if you want to get a wick entry. Because basically what you're seeing, if I was to run a Fibonacci from here to here, okay? So let's say I ran my Fibonacci from here, from this point. And if you know harmonic patterns, that's what you're basically doing is Fibonacci retracement. So running from here, so we're sitting between 61 or 78.6, depending on this push up or this push up. So we look for commonality. So you can see it's real tight space in here. So where we're looking for a push up, it's respecting this area here, okay, this retracement area. So we are either at a 61.8 or 78.6 retracement point, which is powerful reversal, okay. So we're trading off of Fibonacci retracements and retests. So that's why we don't need the break and retest. Break and retest, you're just trying to see if it goes up or if it goes down. We don't have to do that. We know where it's kind of going based off the pattern and retest. So we're gonna wait for that confirmation. So we're gonna wait for this one, retest off of this zone here. Once we get a retest, price starts moving your direction. The last confirmation that you're looking for is your currency strength meter. Okay, so we're looking at USD CAD. What we need is USD to be strong. Guess what? Guess what is in alignment? Okay, we're looking for the sell for GBP USD, right? So we need GBP to come down. We need USD to go up. Guess what? We're looking for the buy for USD CAD, which is in accordance with what we're looking for. So if it does happen, we're locking in some stuff. So we need USD to go strong, and then what? CAD to go weak for us to buy UCAT. And that's when you're going to execute the market execution for the buy for UCAT. All right. Once again, once we do find entry, Stop loss is going to go 30 pips beyond that. Okay, we want tight entry. So let's say that around this point, right? So 30 pips is about right there, which is just, that's perfect. Okay, right below that previous low there. Okay, so 30 pips stop loss somewhere around this area. Or you can go ahead and use the actual stop loss as given, which is not too bad, 60 pips. As long as you use a smaller lot size, you're fine. Okay, so you can set a tighter stop loss or you can set a more loose stop loss if you would like. Good question, Jaren. Jaren asks, how do you know when to draw your line from the top of price or bottom of price? Okay, so hopefully I'm gonna explain this very, very simply. Okay, so let's go back and look at why we would do divergence and how we do it. So let me go to the 1 hour here. Okay, so when we're looking, so there's two types of divergence. I want you to go ahead and write, there's two types. Okay, I want you to go ahead and write bearish divergence and bullish divergence. Bearish divergence, we're looking for a sell opportunity, so we're expecting price to drop, all right? Bullish divergence, we're looking for what? We're looking for price to go up, all right? So we're looking for the buy, okay? So let's talk about this is bullish divergence. So anytime that we're looking for the buy or anytime that let's make it simple for the Harmonic scanner alone. With the Harmonic scanner, anytime that it shows that it's a buy, you are looking for bullish divergence, okay? So therefore, we're gonna draw the line at the bottom. Okay. When the Harmonic scanner says it's a sell, we're going to draw the line at the top of both. So you draw a line at the bottom of your candles and the bottom of your RSI. When it's for a bearish divergence move, which is a sell, you're going to draw the line at the top of both your RSI and both your price. Okay. So this one, the line is at the bottom because we're looking for bearish divergence. Okay. And line here. Look, we're looking for bullish divergence here. So bullish divergence, boom, right here. You can clearly see it, don't you? There it is. And then we can bring that. So when price does come down, RSI may come, price may stay here, price may shift down a little bit here, and then we look for that push up. So hopefully that explained. And then let's go back to bearish divergence. You draw it at the top when you're looking for a sell. So it called for a sell here. So therefore we went from here to here because price is going to drop from that. Almost looking for, we're setting the ceiling up basically, okay? And then at the top as well, we find bearish divergence here. Okay? So hopefully that explained everything for you. Was that good for you, Jared? Now you can use, I would say all the Harmonic scanner strategies, they are good, they work. So you can use a lot of what I'm teaching because I get it from them. Okay, I understand that. But we have different ways that we see things as well. So understand, I will plug into all of them and learn the strategy so that you just know and you just see it automatically. Okay. So, awesome. Thank you. Okay, great. Glad you guys got that. All right, so we've already done GBP USD. We're looking for the sell potential. Okay, we've done UCAD. We're looking for the buy opportunity for UCAD. Let's look at GBP and ZD. You know, GBP USD NZD played some games with us. We had got into this one, made a little bit of money, and then you see it jacked around, right? This is what we call stop loss hunts. Okay, it'll do stuff like this, come down, knock out your stop loss, and then shift all the way up. You see that? It went up there for a hot second. Some people made some money, or we were already out of this one as well too. So that is 169 pips right there. Okay, so that one's already done. Let's go to the next one. Okay, so not NZD, JPY, that one hit stop loss. Okay, came down initially. This is what I think this was a lot of the market stayed consolidated last week. So this happened. We didn't get into this trade. Okay, we got into that one the week before, I think. And then it hit our stop loss. AJ, same thing applies. Okay, it may drop down. You can see that it keeps on fine. It got up there, came down, got up there again. If it pops back, We expect for it to come down. Now, here's what you're seeing. Okay. Could this be an extension of the pattern? Absolutely. Right. We brought the pattern up to this point. Okay. But here's the best part I want you guys to see. Same thing is happening. So we go from this point. And let's say it doesn't, or it might go higher. If it goes higher, it makes it even better. Why? Because look what we have here. Price is going to reverse. Now, I will wait for it to come down because it may go back up. So as of right now, price does reverse from here, then we can expect a nice drop. But we're going to keep our eyes open for this. If it does respect this area, then we have a potential possibly, and I'm not going to put this trade in the group yet until I feel a little bit more comfortable with it. But if we can enter from here, we're looking at potential 300 pips. Okay. And so I would love to see this one happen for us. So we'll see. So this one, not calling it as a trade yet, but let's see what the market gives us. I'll come back to this one. As of right now, it's an uptrend. Okay. So we still have a trend up. EUR, AUD, see that one already occurred. Okay. GCAT, already done. Okay, let's see if we have anything up and coming in the 1 hour. Okay, remember I talked about check the pattern first. See how this pattern is not connected, so it's not a good pattern yet. So we go to the next one. All right, so this is NZD USD, almost a TP2. Once again, we're gonna wait for the market to open. Let's see what we can see on the 15. Okay, nothing that I really like right now. Obviously, this is a W. So remember you talked about the price trap. Now somebody was telling me about this is what price trap looks like, right? Okay, so you get the break and retest. So it broke out, came back, retested, okay, and then shifted back up. So this is what a price trap would look like. You see kind of all the fake outs here. Even came down. This was a stop hunt. This was definitely a stop hunt right here, okay? And then it finally shifted up, broke, came down, retested, now shifting back up, okay? We also have a potential for a head and shoulders that's going to happen. So if this comes down, you see that? We might get a pull. This might already be the shoulder that's occurred, just wicked out. Let me look at it 1 hour. All right, so I see this. If we are going to do this trade, let's see if it's worth us going into it. Let's see. 30 pips. We're going to wait for the market to give us something new. We'll come back to this one. We're going to talk about UCAT. So here goes the discrepancies, right? So, and you see it's coming. Here goes TP3. So at the same time, I want you guys to remember what we did. We called a buy for UCAT, right? All right, yeah, yes, and yeah, you don't take it for, remember, we're always going to wait for the retest and all that. So this is why it's important. So here's on our 1 hour, it's calling actually UCAT for the sell, okay? But remember, this is also can be our pullback as well too. This can be the first trend. So this is why we got to be really coherent about what we're trading in the market and try not to get yourself confused. Sometimes I hate when I see both the sell and the buy, but that's what happens. Remember, it's also going to call the sell for the pullback as well too, the reversal. That's what it's finding in the market. So once again, you do it the same way. Let's see if we've seen divergence on this one. See if you would have got in for it. No, not divergence, right? So the market is doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing. It's the same thing here and the same thing there. So this is not divergence at all. So I look at this as a pullback, okay? So I'm expecting for it to shift up, but we'll just let the market do what it's supposed to do. We'll see. But this is a nice support and resistance zone right here. So if it respects it, then we're expect to shift up. Like I said, I like to look at the 4 hour because I look at the overall big picture of where the currency is going to go. Let's look for GBP AUD. I don't like the way this pattern looks. All right, like that one. Let's see. You can clearly see this one has divergence in it, right? So we're looking at, oh, we're already doing this one, GBP USD. Okay, we're already calling this for the sell. Okay, that's GBP USD. USD JPY already happened. EUR NZD. Okay, let's take a look at this one. Automatically, you see this? Now, this is why we say, this is why I like to use divergence. Okay, if you didn't see divergence here, which you didn't, right? You see this? Now let's talk about this situation. Okay, you would have been looking to get in for the sell right here, right? Candle formation, all my confirmations, right? Let's talk about every confirmation that we look for. So you can see why we do the way that we do to protect us in the market. All right, so let's go back down to 1 hour. So the pattern does look good, right? But then let's look for divergence. You say, okay, from the top, I'm looking for bearish divergence. So I drop from here to here, okay? And then I go down from that same point. And I want you guys to ask questions. You've been hearing me talk this whole time. Is this bearish divergence? Just drop it in the chat, whether you're on YouTube or whether you're right on here live. Is this bearish divergence? That's right. No, it's not. It's not. And if you can identify this, you'll know when to not hop in the trade. Okay, but you can extend the trade. So no, it's not divergence. It's doing exactly what the RSI. They're all doing the same thing. Okay. But here's where divergence kicked in. So you see here, okay, now let's look at this one. From here to here, and then we go up the same thing, straight up from this point. From here to here. Is this bearish divergence? Yes, 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 it is. Okay, you see that shift though. You see it went up, and then so if you didn't hop in at this point because you didn't see divergence, you would save yourself from getting into a bad trade. Okay, because if you get in too early and you don't see divergence, it's like, oh my God. Okay, divergence always gives the indication of the reversal coming. Okay, so boom, let's erase this one. And now we do see divergence. So our pattern literally extended up, right? Okay, so now we do have divergence here that we can utilize. And boom, what happened? We got our spinning top, and we got our doji type candle, a little bit bigger body than normal. We got a pattern, kind of a, this is actually a candle formation as well too, a gap in between the market. Then of course we got the continuation. Now what we're up against now is it's sitting at a support and resistance area. Okay. So now we would be looking for a break and retest on this one. Okay, so if it is going to make a move down, we're going to wait. We need this. Potential 118 pips. Yes, you got to see that shift. That's right. Yes, see that shift in divergence. You'll be able to read through and see your trade occurring right before your very eyes as you get used to seeing this. Okay, you get used to looking for divergence in the market. And then of course we look for the candle formation, right? The engulfing or we call them graveyards of the doji candle. And then lastly, you look at the currency strength. For us to enter this trade, EUR NZD, we go to our currency strength meter. EUR must be weaker than NZD. So we want NZD to be high. We want EUR to be lower, and then we can enter in for the sell. Okay. So let me share this with our YouTube folks here. Yeah, break and retest strategy is good. Okay, I was asked a question, do you like break and retest strategy? Yeah, I like that strategy as well too. That's the strategy we're going to use when, if you miss the first move, then you always want to use a break and retest strategy, right? If we miss the initial move up or down, okay, because I missed a divergence move. I like to catch the divergent move because it's almost like a free trade, right? It's like you almost guarantee that it's going to go into some type of profit. So this one shifted down 76 pips. But if you were to focus on divergence like this and just grabbing a quick 40 pips, man, I mean, you're crushing it, right? You grab quick. We're just looking for 15% growth per week. So if we were to grab 3.5/4 trades, 40 pips a piece, we've accomplished what we need to accomplish in the market, okay? Without risking our entire account, without getting caught in major pullbacks. You grab your money, get out of the way, or if you're a swing trader like I am, you can hold the trade knowing that it's going to shift down. Okay, so it's all up to you. But I like to catch the move off of the cuff with divergence. And if I don't catch the move now, we have to use our trading skills and look at support zones and the reversal and determine if we're in an actual trend down and so forth. Okay. All right, so we're looking at EUR NZD for the sell. All right. And I think we're pretty much done in the market. So this is all, obviously the market's not open yet. When the market opens up again, I got to go live again. I typically go live again on Monday. But we'll see if we'll go live again tonight just to look at the market, let it settle down. Last week, we had a lot of consolidation, okay, as you can see. And so the market was a little bit crazy and different last week. I didn't have a lot of, I was looking for opportunities to throw. We had just off our last Sunday weekend. We did some trades. They all had pretty much reversed up because we had the holiday on Monday. And then Tuesday, the market just consolidated. And then Wednesday, it would shift really fast and do some things. So it was last week was a little bit weird. So Monday, I put out flyers. So if you're in my Legacy Worldwide chat, I'll put out a flyer. Typically, I try to do it around 5 p.m. but sometimes things occur or we're launching market. So I'll try to just go live. If I record it, I'll put the recording out. Okay. But remember the 4 confirmations and practice in a demo account on your own doing this. We will work on your real account. We throw these trades also on Webb Analyzer. So if you have that as an add-on, you're not a part of our VIP group. To be a part of the VIP group, you got to be a part of Legacy Worldwide. And that's okay if you're not. You'll catch the trades on the Webb Analyzer. Okay. All right. So I pretty much got it. Are there any questions so far? I've been trying to answer your questions as I see them come across the board here. And I believe when does Sydney market open? I would have to look at, I think 4 p.m. So when they're the first market is going to open up today. How you can monitor these? So every market opens up around 8 a.m. their time. So if I look at my clock here, I look at the Sydney market, Sydney, Australia. It's 5:55 a.m. right now. So Sydney market is not going to open up until 2 hours from now. So 5 p.m. Sydney market will open up. So we're going to probably be opening up based off the Tokyo market first, I believe then. Yep. No. Yeah, 5 p.m. is what I'm showing actually, my time. So 5 p.m. is when the Sydney market opens up. All right, I believe I covered. Let me see. Any other questions on YouTube? Yeah, so here's what with the Harmonic scanner, what I like to check, I like to catch the first wave of my trend up or down. So it's not that I want to trade against the trend. No, I don't want to trade against the trend. But can you do it? Yes. You can use divergence to trade against the trend. Okay. So going for a quick 10, 20, 30 pips. Absolutely. Absolutely. When you get good enough to automatically see it, like, you ready? I automatically see it every time that I trade. It's normal. It's like the matrix for me now. Okay. I see divergence instantly. Bearish divergence, okay? So this may pull back, it may reverse, whatever, but it's definitely reversing, Okay, that's UCAT. This is for a buy here, but we look for a potential sell here at 8 UCAT. So yes, right? You can see use divergence to get out of trades. I will tell you this. Listen, um, because our mindset is so strong at wanting something to occur, this is where you can impact yourself. So we have the last 4 minutes. So let's just talk about risk management and just using the data the way that it is. Okay. And I've been doing this now a little bit over 2 years. I would say that I have experience in the market and I see the market. And still, listen, still being a successful trader, there are times where I have to tell myself, Randy, the data is the data. Get out of the dang on trade. Okay. It's about to reverse. Okay. So here, listen, you see this happen. Boom. You get into this thing, it rides up. You see the divergence. Get out the trade. Okay. It's reversing. Why even play around with it? The data is the data. So there was a time that I didn't get out the trade. I seen it and I didn't get out. Boom. And it happens. So yes, use it to help you to get out of the trade. So get used to go through the market and see if you can find things like this. And you'll realize that it reverses every single time. Okay. Every single time. Let's see if I see something else here. Okay, not here, but right here. Look at this. Every time, okay? Not a question. Boom. See that? Boom. Divergence. Bullish divergence. And what happened? Price pushed up. Engulfing candle. Okay, and it did this thing. And look, you talk about this is what, because you talk about break and retest too. You can see this clearly. It came back down. So if you see here that this support line here, came down, tested that support line, then what, shifted back up. So went up, boom, you'd have caught your trade here, came back down, pulled back down to the support line, and then shifted back up. So as you get used to doing this, it'll get easy. You'll just see it. The market is open. I'm not sure if you were asking about the different sessions. Go look those up. I just know the market is going to be open. I think the market is going to open at 4 p.m. All right. Okay, so we got 1 hour before the market opens up. All right, so yeah, here goes our candle formations, right? So this actually validates what we'd be looking for. So yeah, I think this is going to actually drop for ACAT. All right, so enough there. So I believe I answered everyone's questions. We are done with our session here. This recording will be available on YouTube. So if you don't have my YouTube, feel free, let me drop it in the chat. Follow me on YouTube. So for those who are wondering when it will happen, I'll always stream on YouTube. For the most part, I'll try to stream. And if you're part of the organization, you're already inside of the right groups that you need to get this information from. So let me share with you my site. And what you can do, just go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube. And anytime that I go live, you know to jump on. All right, that's all I have, folks. You guys have a great one. That's our time. We will be doing a Forex overview tonight at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you have anybody you would like to invite to understand what we do as a company, to learn how to trade in the market, to become a successful trader in one of the most largest platforms in the world, if you come across this on YouTube, definitely send me a message, send whoever got you plugged in a message, and let them know you would like to get started or learn more about the market, and we will get you set up the right way. So you guys have a wonderful evening. I will see you all at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, same back channel, chairman1000.com. Invite anyone that you want to that, and I look forward to seeing you all tonight. Peace.